In this video, I am going to discuss about entropy and Carnot cycle, which is required to study concept of entropy. And here, the entropy is introduced by Clausius in 1854 while working on the applications of the second law of thermodynamics. And entropy is a physical quantity like pressure, volume, temperature, and internal energy. And one more thing, we all observe that ice cube melts, and when we add cream on a coffee, the cream spreads out. It is all due to the entropy. It is because of entropy. And one more thing, in general, we define entropy as a measure of disorder of a system. Okay, here let us try to explain here entropy. Here I have taken two containers. In one container I have added crushed ice cubes, and in another container I have added water. And let us suppose which one is having higher entropy. Here, by looking at this definition, we can see that here crushed ice cube is a more disorder, so we can say it is having a higher entropy, and this is water is having a lesser entropy. But from this definition it is wrong, because it is having lower entropy and it is having the water is having the higher entropy. So this definition is not suitable to define entropy. So here I am going to explain this entropy in another way. That is, here I have taken two separate containers. One is hot and other one is cold. And these are the four molecules. Here also I have taken four molecules, and here I have represented this line. It represents the energy quanta. That is energy of this molecule. It is having two energy quanta, and this molecule is having three energy quanta, and this molecule is having two, and this molecule is having four energy quantas. And totally this hot system is having 11 quantas. And here also this cold one is having only one quanta of energy by molecule, and these molecules, they do not have any energy. Okay, here it is the hot body is having more entropy, and here cold one is having less entropy, because here there is more disorder. That is, here these energy quantas are continuously exchanging between the each molecules, and because of this there is a disorder of the system. Because of this we can say that this hot system is having the higher entropy. And also here in cold system, here only one quanta is there, and this one quanta of energy is exchanging between these four molecules, and it is having a less amount of entropy. Let us suppose if you combine these two systems, then what happens? Here this energy quantas from hot body they start to flow from hotter body to the colder body. That is, these energy quantas will move to the colder one molecules until when they attain equilibrium, then they stop. That is, here when we combine these two systems, here we are going to observe that the entropy of the entire system is going to increase. That is, for particular system, the entropy of the hotter body is going to increase, and the entropy of the colder body is going to reduce. And this process continues until an equilibrium is obtained. That is, let us suppose 6 quanta of energy acquires here and 6 quanta of energy acquires here. This is the equilibrium state. Here we observe that there is more disorder. Here one more thing, if the system is having the more temperature, that is, the system becomes more and more hotter, that is temperature increases, then these molecules are going to get more and more energy. Then here we are going to observe that there is more disorder in the system. Due to this, we are going to observe that there is increase in its entropy. Okay, here I will try to explain this entropy in convenient way. That is, the entropy can be defined as the thermal property of a working substance. That is, let us suppose if you consider these molecules as a working substance which remains constant during an adiabatic process. Entropy remains constant during adiabatic processes. Like in isothermal processes, temperature remains constant. In same way, this entropy is going to remain constant during the adiabatic process. Okay, this is all about entropy. Before going to study concept of entropy, let us know Carnot cycle. Here I have taken two temperatures, that is source which is at temperature T1, that is it is hotter temperature, and here I have taken a sink which is at temperature T2, it is cold temperature, and here I have taken an insulator, and this is the Carnot engine. Here we can see that it consists of a valves and bottom and piston. Here we are going to consider valves and piston of Carnot engine are perfectly non-conducting, and the bottom of the Carnot engine is perfectly conducting. And one more thing, Carnot engine is the theoretical engine. Okay, here initially what we do, we are going to place Carnot's heat engine on source which is at temperature T1. Here this Carnot engine which absorbs amount of energy Q1 from source, and here we are going to observe that this is the initial condition of the engine, and here working substance absorbs Q1 amount of energy from the engine, and we are going to observe that there is increase in its volume. That is, initially it is having volume B1, pressure P1 and temperature T1. Here after absorbing Q1 amount of heat, we are going to observe that there is increase in its volume and there is change in its pressure, but this process takes place at constant temperature, that is T1. And after absorbing Q1 amount of heat, then we are going to place this heat engine on insulator. Then after placing this engine on insulator, we are going to observe that the adiabatic expansion. Initially we are going to observe here, this is the isothermal expansion, and when we place this heat engine on insulator, here we are going to observe that adiabatic expansion, and this piston again it moves further upward direction. That is, we are going to observe that there is further increase in its volume, that is volume changes, and pressure also changes to P3, and temperature also changes, that is T2. This is the adiabatic expansion. And again what we are going to do, we are going to place this heat engine on sink. Then when we place this heat engine on sink, here we are going to observe that the piston moves in the downward direction. That is, here we are going to observe isothermal compression. And because of this, here the piston moves in the downward direction. And here there is change in volume, V4, and also there is change in the pressure P4, and the temperature remains same because it is the isothermal compression. And again here we are going to place this engine on the insulator. Then here we are going to observe that there is adiabatic compression, that is we are going to get, after adiabatic compression, we are going to get an initial condition of the engine. And here let us represent this process graphically, that is on PV diagram. Here along y-axis I am going to take pressure, and along x-axis I am going to consider volume. Here initial process, that is isothermal expansion, that is here initial volume V1, and I am going to consider this point as A and this point as a B. Here we are going to observe a isothermal process. This is the isothermal expansion, and here initially it is having volume V1, pressure P1 and temperature T1, and this is the graphical representation of isothermal expansion. Here volume is increased, pressure is changed, and temperature remains constant. That is, in this condition volume changed, pressure also changes, but temperature remains same. And again here for adiabatic expansion, the graphical representation here I am going to show. BC represents the adiabatic expansion, that is here volume changes, pressure also changes, and temperature also changes. Here there is sudden drop of temperature. This is the representation of adiabatic expansion. And again for isothermal compression, here I am going to show. This is the isothermal compression, and here we observe that there is change in volume, and let us take it as a, this is P3, this is V4, P4, and the temperature remains same because it is the isothermal process. And again here in adiabatic compression we are going to obtain the initial condition of the heat engine, that is here I am going to represent it by dA. dA represents the adiabatic compression, adiabatic compression, and this is the Carnot cycle. Okay, this is all about Carnot cycle.